Welcome to Anime Out of Context, a comedy review show where a man completely immersed in anime culture torments his co-host, who is only allowed to watch the shows featured here. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/animeoutofcontext. Alongside over 100 hours of exclusive bonus material, all episodes uploaded to Patreon are completely ad-free, even to non-patrons. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And in school, my favorite class was clapping them cheeks.
I'm Shaun Rollins.
I'm Remington Chase.
You made yourself laugh more with that one.
Oh no, man, it's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny.
What are we doing this week, Shaun?
Well,
we're properly cemented into July now. It's a brand new month.
Mm-hmm.
Last week kind of was a new month. It was that transitionary phase.
Yep. And, I had an important statement to make about, content creation and media to cover. And I think we succeeded on that front. But now, back to our usually scheduled programming of me throwing a variety of things at you, seeing what sticks and what makes you want to kill me and everybody around you.
So we're not celebrating National Hot Dog Month?
Well, I mean, it depends. Look,
what about National Baked Bean Month? Not baked beans, just one bean.
A singular bean.
Apparently.
Oh, well, I don't think there's any of that in there. Like, hot dog, possibly. Like, I know there's a lot of fan fiction out there, so it would make some sense. Though I don't know of this particular series. But hey, there's a yum for everybody's yuck out there, But hey, Rem, no, today we're going to be talking about one of your favorite things.
Oh?
Children's card games.
Okay, all right. I mean, the immediate follow-up is, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean, Remington.
/ a Yu-Gi-Oh! Knockoff. Those are the two opening questions.
Remington, do you really think I would get your hopes up with Yu-Gi-Oh! And then just rip it away from you at the last second?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
any day of the week.
I've never done that before. Not with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! We've covered the OG, we've covered GX,
All right, so what? Have we covered GX? Or have we just talked about it? Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Your memory is excellent, my friend.
Well, I remember Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I don't remember covering it on the podcast.
Yeah, nope. I made extra sure when I was picking out today's episode. We covered it, you're not going to believe this, July 2 years ago.
I was hoping you'd say a longer time so I could be more justified in not remembering.
Nope.
But no, yeah, all right. Well, what shitty knockoff are we doing?
Well, Remington, what would you say made Yu-Gi-Oh! So fun and entertaining?
I think that it had a strong understanding on how to, create the melodrama, even if it wasn't always consistent with the rules,
mm-hmm.
right? Whether it was the OG or the school, it was like, hey, here's the world, here's why the games are important, and then through all the duels itself, it would be like, hey, you don't really need to fully understand what's going on, you need to understand the emotional reality of it, and that's what we will convey. And so yeah, I think, despite its many faults, I think it had a good understanding of building that drama, that world, that gamifying it all, and also just some wacky bullshit. It has a surprisingly good balance of all of these things. And it helps that, especially by the later seasons, a bunch of motherfuckers are watching while, fucking playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With their friends or on their handheld devices.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good way to summarize it, even if it got a little bit more absurd as things go on, card games on motorcycles, after all, who could forget that? Which is ridiculous, but also, I'm gonna say it, kind of great.
Oh yeah, they simultaneously don't take themselves seriously and also take themselves very seriously. Yeah. They don't take themselves too seriously in the writer's room when they're coming up with ideas. But then in the execution, they take it very seriously. And that's honestly a pretty good balance.
Yeah. So, with the success of Yu-Gi-Oh!, you would think that if somebody wanted to do a similar card game style anime, they have a pretty good template to go off of and can find all the faults and find ways to improve it and make it better, right?
Sure. I will pretend like I believe that this is going anywhere but a bad direction.
Well, Remington, I've got a special treat for you today.
Yeah.
Because you love card games, Rem. You are a professed lover of card games.
Of course.
Yeah. So today I've got a anime that cannot be mistaken for what it is on its title alone. Remington, today the anime we're going to be talking about is, and I'm sure you've heard of it. It's very popular.
Yeah.
Cardfight Vanguard.
Okay, so what you're going to tell me is this is not a card game anime, despite its title? Despite its title, that's the most card game anime
No,
thing we've
it's
ever
a
heard?
card game anime.
Okay.
What? I wouldn't show you a card. I wouldn't do all this Yu-Gi-Oh preamble and not show you an anime that wasn't card game based. You just can't mistake it. You know, it's just obvious. You got to know what you're getting into, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it? What the fuck is a Yu-Gi-Oh, Rem?
So it's not allowed to have subtlety. You don't want people getting confused like Pokemon. What are you talking about? No, we need pocket monsters, capsule monsters, even better. You know,
or digital monsters if you're feeling a little zesty.
Digital monsters. Oh, fuck. All right.
But Rem, no, this is exciting because it's Cardfight Vanguard, and it's Cardfight 2 exclamation marks then Vanguard.
Oh, you need those exclamation marks.
Yeah, that's how you know it's high energy and exciting.
Okay, so
what's it about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Rem, it's a completely original story. I just want you. I want to preface.
I'm sure of it.
All right. So, taking the world by storm, the card game Cardfight Vanguard.
No, you can't in the world call it that. You need to just say that it's Vanguard. You can't call the game Cardfight Vanguard. You're like, yeah, Cardfight Vanguard. It's the show where they play Vanguard. Come on now.
And look, you know, sure, that's a bit of a miss. But the rest of the synopsis and story is perfect, Rem, because like it tells you exactly what it's about, and like it has such unique and original ideas. Cardfight Vanguard has influenced many to integrate card games into their everyday lives.
Yeah.
Yep, I haven't heard of that before. And you'll never guess what players of this game are called, Rem.
Oh, do tell me, Shaun.
Would you have guessed card fighters?
Oh, what a novel I could have never guessed.
You know, at least they're being respectful of public spaces because they primarily fight each other in card shops.
You know how Yu-Gi-Oh likes to have a bunch of fun settings? Nah. That's less interesting.
Yeah.
You gotta keep things grounded.
Well, I mean, it's about card games, Remington. We can't get too extravagant, you know? Sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh went a little too far, let's be honest. You can only see Seto Kaiba flying off in his Blue Eyes White Dragon-shaped jet so many times.
Oh, Lord. All right, okay.
And, and it's about our main character, Aichi Sendo. And, man, he loves, he was often bullied and ridiculed, but when he feels sad, he looks at his very rare legendary card.
Of course, obviously.
Yeah. Blaster Blade.
Fucking hell. Come on
but
now.
it inspires him to have the motivation to keep moving forward, you know? And one day, a bully steals his card.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Does he happen to throw it in the water? Because that would, that'd be wild.
Oh, God. Oh, man. No. It's not. It gets stolen and brought to the hands of the town's most popular and powerful and wealthy card fighter.
Is this just off-brand Yu-Gi-Oh in every way?
No. Ram. No, don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. Because this anime came out in 2011. Like, that's over 10 years after Yu-Gi-Oh came out. Like, nearly 15. So it can't be the same. right? It's very different,
course.
very profound, and, everybody plays Cardfight Vanguard these days.
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, no, it's a story about Aichi, playing Cardfight Vanguard and going through the journey of a Cardfight Vanguard, a card fighter, if you will. It's original, it's new, it's exciting, and you loved Yu-Gi-Oh so much, so why not try this one?
My only hope is that it gets enough of that Yu-Gi-Oh magic, which right now it doesn't sound like, because right now it does sound, in any way it's deviated from Yu-Gi-Oh, it sounds kind of bland. So it's either derivative or bland, which isn't a great combo, but I'm hoping it somehow gets enough of that Yu-Gi-Oh weird magic to it that it's acceptable.
Yep.
Oh, fuck, we're fucked.
Oh, God. But hey, Rem, it's gonna be okay. And if it makes you feel better.
I will say, when I was young,
yeah,
if you threw a Yu-Gi-Oh ripoff at me, I'd be all in.
Oh yeah,
right?
100%. I mean,
like
we all watched Duel Masters. Yeah, remember that?
Oh yeah, Duel Masters. I had the game. I had the game of
same.
Duel Masters, where you would choose your element or whatever, play through, and I played through every single fucking element. There's fucking Bakugan, where they're like, what if we rolled them? which is a neat idea, but also what the fuck?
Well, if we roll them and then they stand up.
I think there was one that I don't know if this is fair to say it was a Yu-Gi-Oh ripoff, but I do think there was a card game of it. Even though the show I don't think was card game because it was robots.
Mm-hmm.
There were little robots and they had a spin-off card game, or maybe the show was also card game. I don't remember what it was called. The main one was yellow.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, man. Rem, this might come as a surprise to you. A lot of people tried to emulate what Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon did.
I put in yellow robot anime, and okay, I think I'm thinking of Metabots.
Yep, that would be it. Yep, Metabots.
And I think there was a Metabots card game that I liked having cards. I liked looking at them.
Oh yeah. No, Kid Me never played the card game itself. I just loved collecting those little fuckers.
Yeah.
Like, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was younger because, that was one that, like, for whatever reason, made more sense to me. Like, the Pokemon TCG never really made sense to me because I liked playing the games much more, and I just liked having the cards. But the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, I was like, oh, hell yeah, I know how this works. I've watched the anime. which
yeah.
Turns out, not as great as it could have
I'll tell you what, if you put in front of me a little 11-year-old me or younger, if you were like, hey, this thing, it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! I would have been like, all right.
Here we go.
Let's do it. I'm all in.
Time to go. Yeah.
I was not a discerning audience.
Yeah. But, Rem, we're gonna give the show the best chance it has because it did get made in 2018. But everybody says that the OG is the best one. So, I'm gonna give them the best shot. And show you the 2011 anime.
Sure.
What could possibly go wrong, Rem?
We'll see.
All right, so without further ado, I think let's go straight into it. Let's go watch some Cardfight Vanguard. And we are back after watching the 2011 hit anime, Cardfight Vanguard. And tell me, Rem, did it give you that Yu-Gi-Oh! Nostalgia you've been craving for so long?
Well, yeah, alright, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the obvious point of comparison here, right?
Yeah, but this is a completely original anime, Rem. I don't want you to...
Completely original.
I don't want you to get misconstrued here, right? Completely separate IP, yeah?
And, even though it's completely separate, I'm gonna make some Yu-Gi-Oh! Comparisons.
Okay, it's only fair. It's your main point of comparison.
Yeah, but I don't want to, go too far, so I'm gonna stick with just the first 5 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's, comparing similarly, because you can't compare all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! I've ever seen with just these 5 episodes of Cardfight.
Yeah, no, I mean, it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair.
So, in the first 5 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh!, for those who have either forgotten or never checked it out, in the first 5 episodes, we meet Yugi, of course.
Yeah.
His grandpa gives him an ancient Egyptian puzzle box that he's the first to solve that unleashes the power of a pharaoh who magically possesses Yugi and makes him talented at card games. Then he is challenged by the best duelist of all time and just overall rich guy, Kaiba, after Kaiba, like, fucking kidnaps Grandpa. And he ends up winning using the power of Exodia.
Yes.
And so then after that, shortly after, Yugi is reached out to by the creator of the card game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that guy sends him to the Shadow Realm where...
Well, a slight correction. The game isn't called Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, Duel Monsters.
Duel Monsters.
Okay, yeah, well...
You gotta be correct with your terminology.
Of course. The creator of Duel Monsters, Maximilian Pegasus, sends Yugi to the Shadow Realm, duels him and wins. Yugi loses, so Pegasus claims Grandpa's soul. Now, the only way to win back Grandpa's soul is doing a Squid Game-esque dueling challenge where a bunch of duelists are brought to an island, and the winner gets whatever they want granted, their wish granted, which apparently can be kind of just anything. So, continuing on that, alright, we gotta get set up. Yugi gets his best friend involved. Oh no, a little shit stain spoils Yugi's best cards. Now Yugi is gonna be fucked. Then, that little shit stain, he challenges Yugi to a duel now that Yugi no longer has those amazing cards. And that's the first 5 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright?
Yeah, it's pretty good pacing, I'd say. A lot of interesting stuff has happened in that time frame.
Extremely eventful. My God, so much happens. And all through, you have melodrama and spectacle. Is it high art? No, of course not. Is it enjoyable and wild to watch and unique? Yes. Let's compare that to Cardfight Vanguard. In Cardfight Vanguard, in 5 episodes, we have a few amateur kids who play card games in a card shop. That's the summary.
Interesting. Ram, I can't help but notice you didn't take anywhere near as much time describing those first 5 episodes.
Yeah, it's almost like there's just not a whole lot that there's no big old Shadow Realm, and it's just been kind of, oh man, you're pretty good at the game. Oh yeah, but I don't really know how to play the game. Oh, okay, maybe you should learn. Okay. And then we see, like, in real time, them play what I would argue is a very uneventful match of Cardfight Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
We see that repeatedly. This is not the Yu-Gi-Oh! Style where there's high drama and these monsters at each other's throats. This is 2 kids who kind of understand the game, playing with no stakes, and occasionally some PNGs will clash at each other.
Well, hey, it was 2011, and animation in that time period was a little bit tricky, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Only came out, like, what, 6+ years prior? So like, that's not much time to...
Really hadn't refined the formula yet.
No.
Here's the thing about Cardfight Vanguard, Shaun.
Uh-huh.
I'll review it a little bit more in depth, but what I want you to keep in mind, I don't think that this is a bad show. I think that is viewing it the wrong way, perhaps. I think this is an unpublishable show. This show shouldn't have existed. It's unfinished in its current state. It's not, like, when I am critiquing it here, this isn't me saying, oh, this is a bad piece of art. It's like, oh, this is not even a first draft yet. Like, it didn't even get to that stage as of now. Somebody had an idea. All right, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! What kids dueling in a card shop and stuff. All right, cool. And then they forgot to do anything else with it, and they scrapped it. And then somebody found that note, just that single note. And they were like, all right, well, they must have known something we didn't. And they just went with it. But there's really not much And there's one or two unique things, which, as we'll talk about, are not great. So episode 1, right? Episode 1, we have a card fight. It's a very uninteresting battle. Once again, occasionally we will see the cards as well, but there's way less variety. I think that our main character uses the exact same 3-turn combo in every single one of his duels. And if
Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. Only in like the first 5 episodes.
Oh, I see.
I mean, he gets more later, don't worry.
See, and the unfortunate thing is each player will have approximately 3 turns. So the main character does the same thing every duel we've seen.
Yeah.
And not just like similar things, right? The exact same. So we meet our main characters, our protagonist Aichi, and we meet another character. This guy's really good at the game, all right? He's the number 1 at this little vicinity, and his name is Kaiba. No, Kai. Just Kai, not Ba. No, just Kai.
Don't
just
be
Kai.
ridiculous. Hey, Rem, you said you were going to be fair to the show.
it was a simple misspeak. Real easy to happen when the names are the fucking same, but just Kai. Kai's really good at the game, but he's a little bit standoffish, and Aichi maybe has a crush on him. I don't know. They're not going to explore that more, but...
Hey, fan of the show, there's always going to be a yaoi scene. You know there is.
Yeah. So, Aichi, he's just a bit of a coward, but he likes his 1 card, Blaster Blade, and a bully steals it and then duels Kai and then loses. And then Kai and Aichi, they fight for Blaster Blade, and Aichi wins. He wins. So we have this rookie kid who's never played before versus the number 1, and he wins. But unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, where it was like, I have the power of a pharaoh on my side, and also Exodia, fuck you, doesn't matter. This one, it's just technical skill, I guess. He is just more talented. So you see this kid who doesn't know anything beat this kid who we were told is talented, but I guess isn't. Cause like, if you're Kaiba and your opponent gets Exodia, what are you gonna do? Like...
Scream, that's impossible, and get your mind crushed.
Yeah, you're just gonna be pissed, because like, you couldn't plan for that. Meanwhile, if you are Kai and Aichi just beats you the first time he is ever competing completely fairly, alright, so I guess he wasn't that good. We saw him beat the bully character, Kai beat the bully character in like another, but like, we haven't seen them win another match. So we've only seen Kai beat losers, and then he's beaten by another loser. So these are just kids who don't know how to play the game, having uninteresting matches with one another. That's it. Also, watching the matches isn't super interesting, because all the cards, they have huge attack values, right? Big thousands, tens of thousands sometimes. And it'll like, all right, they're 8,000, now I'm gonna boost it by 5,000 and boost it up another 4,000. Now it's 17,000. I'm going to attack you, and all of that, oh baby, does 2 damage. And that kind of feels underwhelming when everybody's like, oh shit, instead of 1 damage, he took 2 damage. It doesn't have the oomph to it, Shaun. It doesn't have...
Yeah. And there's not a fun, like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-ding of life points going down.
No, yeah, they just quietly flip over 2 cards that are like, all right, oh, that sucks. Like, the character, none of them seem to really care. They're all, like, vaguely invested like you would if your friends are playing cards. You're like, oh, cool, you won. They also don't have great character designs.
What do you mean, Rev?
It's all the same, but one has blue hair, and they're all so bland. They're so bland. Oh god. It's terrible. There's a few other notes that I have on episode 1. I don't think any of them are interesting enough to even get going. Because to go into these notes, I would have to talk more about episode 1, and that isn't, the cost-benefit analysis on that isn't worth it. So
you've done the math and it ain't turning out good.
Yeah. So episode 2, we just continue more of that, basically, right? Aichi becomes friends with the bully. Throughout this, the games they're playing will often show the girl at the counter and just how bored and uninterested she is. And I do think that it's nice for the show to have a bit of an audience stand-in. Just someone to be there apathetically, passively there, but not really enjoying themselves, not wanting to pay attention. Like, that's relatable as hell. Episode 3, we get introduced to Aichi's sister. So her thing is every other character thinks that Aichi is hooking up with his sister. Every time his sister comes and is like, all right, Aichi, we let's blah, blah, blah. We got to do XYZ. All the other characters are like, oh my God. Are they boyfriend and girlfriend? She's in elementary school, keep in mind.
Yeah.
And also they're siblings. And also, what the fuck? And like, if it happened once, that's a real weird moment. That's a weird moment, weird thing to write. It happens repeatedly. I think it's happened 3 times. I don't.
Well, Ren, look, you know the tagline at the end of our show. It's been a while since we've covered something that has any kind of hinting at that, so I figured I'd blindside you with this one.
It's so strange. Here's an overall summary of episode 3. Episode 3, we meet the sister. Sister's like, oh, what is my brother doing? Why does he spend so much time away from home lately? And she learns that he plays cards. That's the whole episode. God, I wish there was any more details. There's straight up like exposition by the manager to the sister about what a trading card game is in this episode. If somehow you got to episode 3 and you were like, what the fuck is this? Like,
I mean, to be fair, they're so complicated sometimes, Ren.
No, but this isn't what Vanguard is. This is the concept of trading card games. And they're doing this exposition in episode 3. And this whole episode is just, we meet the sister. The sister's like, oh, what's he spending his time with? Oh, he's playing cards. That's it. There's no conflict in this whole episode. There's no character development in this whole episode. There's no moments of spectacle, no interesting dialogue. This episode is one of the single most vacuous episodes of anything I have ever seen. We've talked about filler before. This is the ultra filler. This might be the most filler episode. It might be more filler than anything else.
That's interesting, because this show has 65 full episodes.
I think it may have enough content for one. Oh God, it's so bad. Episode 4, the manager has the counter girl, who's his niece, battle Aichi. She's never dueled before, but she understands the game. She's given a deck, and Aichi, to give you an idea, even though Aichi has been doing this for a few weeks at this point, right? And it's been his life, as we've learned. It's been his everything. He has no idea how to play. He's still learning the fucking rules. At one point, she plays some cards that lets her draw more, and he's like, why would you want to draw more? Like, as if that isn't the number one most valuable thing in any trading card game in the history of mankind.
I mean, look, my homie Pod agreed. You know, he did a lot of permanent damage.
Aichi just, like, still doesn't understand. We'll see that in episode 5 as well. There's still exposition about basic rules. Aichi, he's just playing with, I guess, the dumb bully this whole time, and neither of them are learning anything, but they just do that for hours. And they're at a card shop, but they're just not asking or interacting or doing anything, and all the spectators just don't give a shit. I don't know what this is. I don't know why we're here. Episode 4, it's all about Aichi learning that strong cards exist, I guess. He apparently didn't know. Episode 5,
it's
they
very
introduce
complex.
a new character who crushes on the sister and is worried that Aichi is his sister's boyfriend, but then learns that that's not the case and is relieved. I don't know, man. What the fuck? What the hell? Why is this show shouldn't exist? It's not. Nothing has happened. Oh God, some of you guys. I always worry that our listeners are going to be like, Remington is giving this show a bad rap. He's not explaining it well. Maybe if he explained it well, then we would see that there's actually a ton of plot that happens. There's just not.
Yeah, not in the first 5 episodes, Gog.
5 episodes! 5 episodes! And there hasn't been a lick of story! By now, by episode 2, Yu-Gi-Oh's grandpa was in the fucking Shadow Realm. Trapped in fucking purgatory, man. Episode 2! This episode, it's just like, oh man, look, this kid, he's playing a game, and he's learning the game. That's it. And I could almost respect if a show decided to go a bit more unadorned with it, didn't have all of the big bombastic fanfare, right, that Yu-Gi-Oh might. And it's just like, look at these really talented people showing really strategic decisions. I mean, there's a reason people watch professionals in card games duel each other, right? Because it is fascinating to see how shit goes down on a high level of play. Watching amateurs who don't fully know the game and don't have interesting personalities play slowly and without stakes. What the fuck are we doing here?
Hey, Rem, it's okay. You know, we were restricted by the limits of this show, but if you had just gotten to episode 8, that would have been where the first tournament arc started.
I don't care! Because there's just gonna be a lot more games where fucking Aichi will play the same 3 cards, I guess 4 now, and in the same order, and I'm still not gonna give a damn. Like, I need to give at least the slightest shit about the characters or the world or the plot. Just make me care about something. But I don't. It's so boring.
Yeah, maybe that's why they remade it in 2018.
Why would they remake it? Just let it die. Don't get me wrong. I think remaking bad things to try and make them better is usually better than remaking good things that end up worse. But some things should just be left to die. It's not like this was like, oh, what an original concept. If only it had better execution. No, the concept was shitty Yu-Gi-Oh! And then they did that shittily. Like, if you're reimagining it, oh, what if we did shitty Yu-Gi-Oh! But better? Why? Why? Like, you don't need to. It's not something that there's no gold to be mined here. All right? It's not that, oh, they missed, but they could have really hit something good. No. They couldn't have. There was nothing there to hit. And they fucked up the execution. Like, this was wrong on all fronts.
Okay, but Rem, what if I told you that with this particular cast of characters, they had a grand total of 2 seasons in a movie?
Why? None of them.
No, 3 seasons in a movie. Excuse me, 3 seasons. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons in a movie. My mistake.
None of them have personalities. Not a single fucking one.
And then in the 6th season, they pull a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and switch protagonists.
They should have done that in the first episode. Aichi fucking sucks, dude.
Okay, well, hey, if I send you a picture of what the protagonist of Cardfight Vanguard G looks like, do you think that'll change your mind on anything?
No.
I mean, look at him. He has such a unique character design.
He has a unique character design. I guess thank God for that. It doesn't look like the single most generic thing I've ever seen.
But the 3 people behind him kind of do.
Yeah. It doesn't instill in me confidence still. It's also wild that the image you just sent me, you can see a lock of his hair and you can see both ends of it.
Yes.
You can see both ends of a lock of hair and neither are attached to his head.
Yeah, and if you flip that, guess what? Guess what shape it is.
Yeah.
So you can guess where they came up with the name for the show from.
I think that this Cardfight should die. It should stay dead. Look, there are ways to shake up the TCG formula for shows, right? There are ways to do it. This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. Now, I still maintain, Shaun, what really needs to be done is Yu-Gi-Oh! Or some other TCG done in WWE style. I'm still on that train. It'd be so good. I ranted about it in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode, but man, it would be dope.
Hey, Rem, what if I told you that the most recent Cardfight Vanguard Championships were held on February 3rd through 4th of 2024 in Tokyo, Japan?
Why are people playing the game?
People have been playing the game since it came out, my guy.
Why? It doesn't look fun. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Even when it was getting shit wrong, you were like, this looks rad! Cardfight Vanguard, watching it, it's like, oh, this looks really shit. Like, it is not... It's both like an anime designed solely to sell a product, and it is such a shitty salesman. Because I'm like, man, that does not look enjoyable at all.
I will say, the cards are incredibly busy to look at.
Yeah, so I've just Googled Cardfight Vanguard, and yeah, I went into images. Why are so many of them just waifus?
Rem, you know why. I don't think that's a question you need to ask, personally.
I just... like, the percentage is just... man. Cardfight Vanguard, it's not a finished show. It's hardly even a first draft of a show. It is an abomination upon God and man. It's so bad. It's so trash.
Well, maybe we just need to watch the 2018 version and see how they fix it.
No!
But Rem, you just said that you want people should remake things that are bad to make them better.
Yeah, if they have an interesting idea, all right? A lot of things come up, and you're like, oh, that's a really neat idea, but they fucked up the execution. Remake it. Do it better. If something shows up and it's like, oh, yeah, that was a terrible idea, and it was executed bad. All right, if you remake that, even if you do well, oh, that's a terrible idea, but I guess you did what you could with it. Like, that's not what you want to hear. So don't do it.
Oh, God. Would it make you feel better if I told you that on Mal, this is the second highest rated of all the Cardfight Vanguard series?
Oh my, I'm terrified to learn what that means. That is frightening. Oh God, how much nostalgia is there? I guess it's natural then to transition into my prediction for...
Yeah, so Rem, what's the Mal score for Cardfight Vanguard, the OG 2011 version?
Okay. I'm going to talk through my process because I think that helps me out.
Okay.
Absolutely abysmal quality. Jesus Christ, so bland, so nothing. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start the baseline at around a 6.75. Really low for the weebs.
Okay.
I think, 1, there's going to be some nostalgia. 2, there's going to be some Cardfight Vanguard fans, apparently. I think all of them are going to bump it up. Bump it up some. All right.
Okay.
I think they're gonna bump it up fairly significantly. 6 point. Do I just say they bump it up 0.2? God, I hate it, but that might be possible. All right. I'm gonna say 6.95, and if it is higher than like 7.2, I might lose it a little bit, just a little bit. But I also recognize that as a possibility. I rated higher than I think is even reasonable for the weeps. But I think nostalgia and people who just really like the card game are gonna push it higher. So.
Okay, and that's your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like your tone.
Well, Remington, surprisingly, not many people have...
If you open up the score and start it with an 8... then that this is the last episode of the podcast. Then we are done here.
Oh God, what an end it would be. What an end it would be. Well, Rem, only 27,000 people have rated this show.
Oh, wait. Okay. All right. 1 sec. 6.97. then.
Okay.
With it only being a few, that's going to be the more dedicated ones, probably.
Okay. So the with that 27,000 ratings, only let's see, the original Cardfight Vanguard anime from 2011 is sitting nice and pretty at 7.
No.
0.02.
Oh, thank God. Still shouldn't be in the 7s, but at least it's near the lowest it can be. Oh my God.
Yeah. There's one of the sequel series with him as the main character. I think has like a 7.4 on it. But it's like the 3rd or 4th season in there, so that calculating for that's a bit shit. But yeah, hey Rem, guess what? Most people think this show fucking sucks.
It does. Can confirm.
Yeah, like people who love things like Yu-Gi-Oh, wanting to get that hit, that fix, were, you could say, quite disappointed by this series.
Like somehow somebody watched Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And they were like, no, I really like the low quality elements. Though that's great. What I don't like is the flavor and the enjoyment. What was really wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh was that it had fun. All of like the poor quality decisions, that was fine.
Well, and here's what'll make it even more insane. Most of the people, which is rare for shows like this, most of the people that have rated this show have watched all 65 episodes.
What the hell?
Yeah. And they all flutter between 6 and 7 for the most part.
Y'all, you have better ways to spend your time. That's a whole day. It's more than a whole day of just watching all of that shit.
Yep. And it is quite fascinating when you break it down numbers wise. And weirdly, not many people giving it below a 4 out of 10. It's
guys, it's so bad.
Yeah, 10% of the ratings gave it 5 out of 10. So, right middle of the road.
If people think this is what's middle of the road, I fear for humanity when somebody watches this and is like, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just kind of middling. Motherfucker. What depths of depravity do you think exist? How far down can it go if this ain't it?
Oh, God. Oh, God. My sides hurt.
This was rough.
I'll save you some pain and not read you some of the reviews because most of the written reviews are fairly high-scoring recommended reviews.
Yeah, fuck all of them.
Yeah, one person gave the story a 9 out of 10.
There is no story!
But they gave this characters a 6 out of 10, so, that's...
I hate them. I hate whoever that is.
You hate them?
Yeah.
You hate them specifically?
Yeah.
Do you want me to name them so you can hate them more specifically? Or would you prefer not to know?
No, I want you to give their full legal name and address.
You want me to fully dox them on a podcast? Just because of their shit tape.
Yes.
The hilarious part is they didn't finish the show.
What the hell?
They only watched 29 episodes.
Fucking hate you, weeps.
It was a review written back in 2011. They watched 29 episodes, wrote this review, gave it a grand total of an 8 out of 10, and then if we're to believe all the information in front of us, never went back.
Oh, fuck.
So, holy shit. Oh my God. But hey, one of the following up reviews dropped it by episode 8, which is when the tournament arc started, so, apparently that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Oh my Christ, I'm hurting. Oh. Oh God. So I guess all I really need to ask, Rem, is any chance you want to watch a little bit more Cardfight Vanguard?
Fuck you.
You don't want to even try the game? You don't want to watch the movie? You don't want to watch the spin-off series? The other spin-off series?
Dude, why would you... There's so much Yu-Gi-Oh! In the world. There's so much. You could watch all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead of watching any card fight. And then, if you're like, oh man, I want more, just rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh! By then, it'll feel nice and fresh. If that is what you need, like, just go back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Well rather than trying Cardfight, okay? That's my genuine recommendation for anybody.
Or just watch some wrestling. You might get a similar dopamine rush.
Yeah.
I mean, Ripley is back, and that's great.
Hell yeah, brother.
I only know about that because she's all over my timeline.
Of course she is.
And
I'm not surprised. The Dami Mommy all over your timeline.
I don't know why is the thing. I don't follow any wrestling stuff, but apparently lately, that's all that's on my timeline. Not complaining, I just don't know why.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, God. So with that in mind, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoy Rem being absolutely flabbergasted by a show that was meant to entertain children, then please head on over to wherever you get your podcast and leave us a review. They mean the world to us, and we do read every single one. And if that is not enough for you, twitch.tv/animeoutofcontext, where myself, Dylan, and Remington occasionally play video games very poorly. And if that is still not enough for you, then please, patreon.com/animeoutofcontext, where you gain access to all kinds of lovely bonus material, including having the opportunity to be thanked live on the podcast. So, Rem, who are we thanking this week?
Well, as always, we would like to send our regards to all of our bland bitch protagonists, as well as our magical girls, who we really appreciate. But moving on, we get to our yandere waifu, who are sending our asses to the Shadow Realm, because Lord knows there isn't an interesting Cardfight reference here to be made. And on that list, we have Xanax, Yandere Neko, Yamsa Nakefest, Wolfire 56, Why Shaun, Where's Our DPC Review, you ginger fuck, Wes Kane. Welcome to Anime in Full and Complete Context, the show where, well, watching Requiem for a Spoon Man at 0.5 speed, Utah #1, Unhinged Tracks, Totally Gotta Do That, Get a video, come on, I fucked it. Night CNH, there once was a boy named Skipper who traded his soul for a wood chipper. One day it broke down, he replied with a frown and said, the Susanator, the pocket big hole you need in your pocket, the flying spaghetti monster, the Nation Viking will conquer the world with Renoir Zoro as my navigator, the capybara Mr. Dear Friend Remington Tan, Shikanoko, Noko, Kushitan Tan, Turban, Super Zoo, Stacy's mom, Spoon Man stirs up Dylan's guts like the edgy cocktail he is. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, that one caught me off guard last week, too.
Very fitting that that happened last week. Shrek.
Oh yeah, no, like we thought
it's like they
read into the fucking Matrix parted and let them know what we were doing.
Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Shaun wants to give Spoon Man a thank and yank. Shaun ruined my happy sugar life when he proudly declared his deep-rooted love for child soldiers and hatred of dogs. Shaun is never escaping the allegations. Welcome to the club. Shaun, I want to watch Oshinoko again because Oshinoko, Oshitan Tan. Shaun had Elastica go all night, but he got out of breath when he had to blow her up. Shaun can do these nuts. Seraphim the shark plushie. Sugoi Kai, that's what she said. Shaun, please show Rem helpful fox Senko-san. Do it for the tail. Say hi to that guy's fiance, I think it's Haley. Ross Palmer, Rhiannon Williams. Remington needs to rewatch Attack on Titan at 0.75 speed to pay for his sins. Remington is right. Rem uses the drums of liberation. Free all weeps from bad anime. Rem hit rock bottom is still on top of Shaun. Rem doesn't completely hate my favorite shows. Pro tips out of context, Shikanoko, Koshitan Tan, Shikanoko, Koshitan Tan, Shikanoko, Koshitan Tan. Professor Fox, Paco Musico, Onichichi, 10 out of 10 family show. Nick, Necrodancer 1415. My favorite dinosaur is a Triceratops. Misuko wants to watch that new anime about a chain smoker called My Dear Friend Nicotine. Mikeka 7 Hirto, making fake mal accounts so I can rate Force Fairy 5, 10 out of 10. Macaroni Uchisa, Lucky Stars, the king of Moe, Link Joe Girl, Lenerd 98. Kylo, Cassidy, Jergidius, Jax, Jam Hands. I'm the original guy that made you say cunt every week. The other guy's just a pretender. I will never get more Ace of the Diamond. Now I cry. I want a Dylan sexy calendar, please. I graduate August 2nd. Now time for a master's. I can't believe I made an account for this. Hi, Shaun. Rem doesn't get hellos. Hey, Remington, if you want to punish Shaun, have him watch both seasons of Super Lovers for 12 Days of Xmas. Here's a really short name to give you a brief break from reading all the really long names. Haruhi, Suzumiya. Glenn Michael Dolan, Ginger Weeb, Fern the guy that finally changed his name, Farmer Weeb's deer pun until Shikonoko, Koshitan Tan. I got a job finally, so I'm making dough again. Fantide, Erica McCorkle, Dwayne The Rock Johnson in a deer suit, Domo, Derpixian Worshipper, Danielle Riot, Daddy Rem, tell me a bedtime story, Come Sweat and Tears.
I don't.
Cheese Monkey, Cat Girls are best girls, so give me them cute little paws. Brockhart for Jew Dudes, Big Titty Anime Girl, is that the Grim Reaper? Blake Star, Bento Kato, been a while since I've changed my name on here, but I got a third 4.0, can't believe it, and I'm also changing my major from funeral. Batman couldn't hate fuck that information out of me, and every day that Raven comes to visit, Amazing Muffin, all hail Pui Pui Philosopher King, AJ Tunnels, Aisha Gucci, Amoy Piece of Trash, 50 Ways to Shikanoko Nokonoko, Kochi-Dan. And now we move on to the Boy Wizard tier. What are they going to get this week, Shaun? Could just give them Cardfight cards, I guess.
Yeah, that was my plan from day fucking one, my guy.
All right, and we have week 4 asking for Darling in the Franks review.
God, they are so loud to look at. Yeah, I just pulled up like the actual website, and I'm just going down. So I assume these are the most recent cards. So don't expect anything you'd recognize. They get Night of Grief Grania.
Waganawa Megumin Akawaziro wa Narawai Toshi Sakyo no Kageki no Maho Barakaretsu Mahu no Ayatsaru Mono.
Tangle Veneerer.
Vincent Calabrese.
Blue Artillery Dragon, Inlet Pulse Dragon.
Umbrasite.
Sunrise Egg.
That Mouse Girl.
Grand March of Full Bloom Leonorn.
Tails W fights for his life against the ninja.
Nightmare Doll Tosca.
Spoon Man the Aristocrat.
Night of Thriving Pal Solo.
Sporadic Silver.
Steam Mating Ilul.
Siri, call Dylan. Alexa, call Dylan. Siri, call Dylan. Alexa, call Dylan. Siri, call Dylan. Alexa, call Dylan. Siri, call...
I'm sorry if that actually worked on anybody's devices. You get Bark Gal.
Silent Secondary.
These names, man. Star Vader Omega Glendios.
Scourge, best $20 spend, LMAO.
Silverthorn Acrobat Leonor.
Sammy K is beautifying enough doggos to upper Patreon membership.
Zeroth Dragon of Distant Sea Megiddo.
Roscop.
Harmonix Messiah.
Remington will enjoy the slice of life golf anime. Ooh, Tombo, says Ray Kumiko.
Flower of Ruined Castle Emposa.
Ramoni-chan, what are you doing with that toothbrush? No, Ramoni-chan, don't brush my teeth, moaned Shaun.
Still hate it. These are PR cards. And doesn't make it better. Dragon Tree of Ecliptic Decimation Grigogilia.
Pan Expert.
I feel like that's dangerously close to a slur. Dragheart Luard.
Nyanya men nya nya junya nya duna ya nya be de nyaku 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 nyanya han nyanya dai nyanyaku nyarebete nyaganya game.
I love how, like, there's no way you could have even attempted that tongue twister.
Look, man, tongue twisters in a fucking different language, there's just no hope.
Yeah. Virina Valiente.
Nightshade Blade wants to gush over magical girls.
Heavy Artillery of Dust Storm Eugene.
Netira Bavarin, si Shaun Malin Baden-Württemberg.
I'm gonna send you a picture of fucking Eugene.
Fucking Eugene.
There you go.
It's just...
Master of Gravity Barrow Magnes.
Monogatari is a fun story about chasing down the apparitions with a bit of romance and sometimes can get horrifically fucked.
Diabolos Boys Eden.
Mike.
Cardinal Deuce Orfist.
Miguel Dalian.
Aurora Battle Princess Agra Rouge.
It's August, no, I think Julying.
Grand Heavenly Sword Alden.
I ran out of funny quips, so I'll just make you say cunt weekly.
Hexa Orb Sorceress.
I'm a regulation listener that used to listen to Face Jam, but now listen to 100% Eat.
Mysterious Rain Spiritualist Zorga. And I'm going to send you a picture of this one and tell me this isn't just like a high-res DeviantArt character.
100%. Oh, God, that's just an edgy thirst trap.
Yep.
Shout out to Dylan. Cross Kirk.
Sylvan Horned Beast Geonosla?
Crimson Reapers, just because of the scythes.
Stealth Dragon Tensha Steed.
Carver 271.
Upward Acrobat Marjorie. God, these weird-ass words are making me fuck up normal words.
Bloodcell asks, can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager imagining managing an imaginary menagerie?
Steam Battler Gungaram.
Beethoven 1201.
Hades Dragon Deity of Resentment Galgmageld.
Anime Match of the Week, One Punch Kaiju.
Hyperspeed Robo Cheval Stud.
Anime...
That's just a Transformer. That is just a Transformer. No, seriously. No, like, that is just a Transformer.
That's just a Transformer.
Like, they're not even hiding it, my guy.
Not at all. Animated Z.
Detonation Monster Bobble Mine.
All Father returns to his decade counting. No, by decade, I mean of the podcast in general.
Painkiller Angel.
And now we move on to the inappropriate Joey Wheeler tier, where Shaun will give you, as Joey Wheeler, a deck archetype from Cardfight Vanguard.
Shit.
And I will say what it says about your deepest thoughts. We start out with Rowdy-O.
There's no fucking shot that... I guess it is. Okay, cool. You're going to get... I shit you not, the first one on this list is called Alfred.
Look, you're never gonna be the main character. You know that. You're playing the Alfred archetype, but you're gonna be a significant background guy, all right, and that has value. Next, we got Latino wants to tell you, my birthday's in about 4 days. We're getting older. Markiplier distractible. Well, happy birthday.
Sorry, I'm still on Alfred. Apparently, it's the whole paladin typing cards. Like they made him a whole ass paladin, and yeah, okay, cool. I guess they just thought that'd be a cool paladin name. You're gonna get. These names suck, dude. These names suck.
Oh.
You're going to get Bluish Flame.
Look, you'd prefer to just be Blue Flame, all right? Hey, this is blue as hell. But everybody's gonna argue with you. Nobody seems to agree. They think you're contrarian. They're like, hey, it ain't blue. That's only bluish. You're like, bluish is fucking blue, man. And I'll be honest, seeing the card, that's blue. That's blue right there. They ain't no ish about it. So, unfortunately, you're being gaslit by the world, and you deserve to be frustrated.
Yeah, especially because apparently the clan it's a part of is the Gold Paladins, so...
What the hell? Why are they all paladins?
Well, those...
Give a non-paladin
actually...
one, you son of a bitch. Last but not least, we got a plate so pure, so dirty and raw, and bet all day, so Shaun, arch your back and point your toes.
Oh, Christ almighty, Ozzy. Okay, you're going to get, reindeer, spelled wrong.
Is it spelled like weather rain?
And deer as in, the start of a letter.
Oh, no, I'm extra confused.
Hey, and I'll tell you right now, I opened up the card to see what it is.
It's... Look, you goddamn weeb. You goddamn weeb. So, somehow this is the fucking waifu. The waifu mix. This is the waifu archetype. You thought
she's a mermaid, my guy.
you thought you were gonna get something lovely, Christmas themed, Santa themed, right? Gonna get a lovely present. In that present was weeb shaped disappointment. But it's probably a little horny, so congrats for you.
Wait, what the fuck? There's an archetype called Transcore? What?
It's real good. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to reach out for a comment, question, feedback, or recommendation, you can tweet us at AnimeConPod on Twitter, or send an email over onto animeoutofcontext@gmail.com.
They're wet dragons.
Same.
But yeah, with that in mind, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'd love and appreciate you very, very much, and we'll see you next time.
Wait, you gotta...
Yeah, no, I signed off like I do streams. That's weird. That's never happened on the podcast before.
Say the
Don't
line,
fuck your sister.
Shaun. There we go.
Don't fuck your sister. Don't fuck your sister.
No, not coming. Fuck.
Neither am I. It's okay.
Hey, we can change that, Shaun.
Okay, you're not gonna fuck me, are you?
Who can say?